Hi.
It's time for Blumpkin&Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
I think they said something about, like, a podcast or whatever. I don't know.
Hey kids, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and I'm all by myself. This is uncharted territory because I've never had to just do an episode by myself. I've always had a recording partner and planned ahead and, set up segments and shit. So because just about everybody has been in recently and everybody else has crazy work schedules, I kind of had to wing it. So what I did is I decided, why not do a show over the phone? A lot of people do phone interviews. I'm going to do my best to make this work. And, let's go ahead and dial up our guest. Okay?
Hello?
Hey, Brownbeard, what's up?
Hello there, Reverend. How are you?
Good.
How are you doing today?
I'm all right. How are you? What are you up to? Where are you at?
I'm on a boat and we're floating, dingbat. What do you fucking think? Jesus Christ almighty.
I suppose I walked right into that one. But you're out at sea and we haven't talked in a while, so I guess I didn't want to assume.
Yeah, go figure. So, the last time we spoke was after, I did the show. Apparently you thought I did a decent job.
I did.
You said perhaps in the future you would like to have me on again. So, here I am.
And thanks for bailing me out. I needed a guest.
You're welcome. About your friend there, number one fan Tim.
Yeah.
For the episode, I called him number one mate Tim.
Yeah, he's one of my best friends. I hope you got along with him. What?
Is he a bit slow? I don't,
No, why do you ask?
First off, we began the show, and he starts trying to talk like a pirate like me. And I told him in the beginning, I'm like, look, I know my outfit's really cool. I'm wearing a really sweet pirate coat. My hat kicks ass. And I've got a sweet 3-day beard going. And you like the gruffness of my voice. But don't you feel like you have to do and say and act like me. Don't mimic me. You be you, and I'll be me.
Okay.
And immediately out of the gate, he starts trying to talk like me. I had to shut him down. Had to put me foot down. All right? Stinky seaweed scented boot to the floor and say, "You don't try to be like me. Don't try to be." I can see why he was so envious of the way I am and the way I talk, because I've got a manly voice.
True.
Sounds like I spent the first 12 years of my life gargling gravel and the last 40 being a 5-pack-a-day smoker, So once there was that feeling out period, he seems like he's pretty skilled on the microphone and all. So, we ran with it.
And it sounded great. I think you handled yourself very well. Good job, sir.
Sorry, got a wee bit of a cold.
Again?
Which, ironically, when I was recording the show for you, I also had a cold. Well, I get sick a lot. I should probably go see a physician or something.
Maybe you should stop and get that looked at, or maybe you should get somebody on the crew to help with that permanently?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, we got a guy on the ship on the crew, we call him Kickstand.
Kickstand?
Just take a second to guess why we call him Kickstand.
Let me guess, huge dick.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yes.
It is, in fact, because he's hung like a horse, and that thing is like a third leg. It's fucking glorious. It is a sight to behold. I swear to God, I have seen some things on the sea, but that man's cock tops just about all of them.
Not gonna lie, that sounds pretty gay.
Fuck you.
Just saying.
So he's a medic on board, and he helps us with, common ailments related to being out at sea. He gives us vitamin C pills to save off scurvy. Pardon. And, he otherwise takes care of us. But, having Kickstand on the crew is not like stopping by a CVS wellness clinic and, using the Obamacare to make sure that I don't have some sort of sea lung issue going on. Because long-term damage can stem from being out there breathing the salty air and not coming back to mainland and taking a few days to rest. It takes a real toll on a man's body. And I got to tell you, I am no spring chicken anymore. I am, how goddamn old am I now?
Aren't you like 52?
42, I think.
No, because you were talking about your voice, and that math adds up to 52.
I'd have to look at the number of notches on my belt. Giggity. Most people would keep track of, literal notches on their belt to see how many broads they fucked. I do it to keep track of how old I am on account of the number of concussions I've sustained over the years, fighting and being slammed into tables and doors and boards and, thrown overboard while trying to commandeer another ship and then hitting the water with such force that it strikes me across the head. And then I wake up and I'm on the deck of my own ship and they're like, oh, hey, by the way, you passed out again. You might be a tad concussed. And also you pooped your pants.
Jesus. Is that like a common thing for concussions?
It's kind of a problem when you hit your head too hard with the incontinence,
Well, and I suppose from years of substance abuse and partying and such, you don't have the most tensile beehole to begin with.
Well, you'll go fuck yourself.
Well, don't get pissed off at me. You're the one that says you live a hard life, and you're talking about hitting your head. I guess I'm just connecting the dots. So, it was the Juice's birthday the other day, and,
Oh, how old is she now?
She turned 6.
No shit.
Yeah. My, how time flies, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
So we took her to Chuck E. Cheese because that's like her favorite place to go. And she does not have any interest in having her party anywhere else. We wanted to do it at a park if the weather behaves. No, not going to do it on the cheap, not for the juice. And anyway, so yeah, Chuck E. Cheese, and we let her invite 3 of her friends. And then, of course, I had to be around 2 of her work buddies who I normally get along with. Who they laugh at me, but she tells them not to encourage me because then it makes me think that I'm funny because she thinks I'm not. But she's in denial because women don't realize that when you're with a guy that's funny, he knows it. But also for them, if he's funny all the time, it gets old quite fast. I've found it's with a couple of exes, one whose name I won't say, and then
the Beast.
But anyways, yeah, so I had to be around them, and my parents were there, and her mom was there, and her brother was there.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, it was a gay old time. Thankfully, it wasn't too crowded. Like last year when we walked in, and there was like a couple hundred people there. This time we showed up, and there were like 20 besides us. That's why we did it on a Tuesday night.
Well, that sounds, not gonna lie, that sounds fucking awful, and that's exactly why I don't have any children. I would never want to be stuck in a place like that, no matter how many or how few people were around. Even if there were tons of sexy single moms going on, I would just, it would be a nightmare, boy.
Well, it ain't that bad. I mean,
The Beast
and I, we didn't fight so much this year. We just kind of took it easy on each other. Her one friend was playing referee. Like, all I did was razz her with one simple comment, and then
The Beast
said a comeback, and her friend's like, I'm not going to sit here while you guys fight. All right? I'm not going to do it. So you just need to cool down. And then we sang happy birthday, and then there was cake.
It sounds like the 4th ring of hell is what it does, with all the kids screaming and jumping, and then the fucking guy comes out in the mouse costume, and he does the Chucky dance, and the kids are pooping their pants over it. They're all fucking joy drunk retarded that he's going to come over and throw some tickets their way, and they're going to try to get some prizes with it. And then the whole time you're just trying to keep your sanity because you're overwhelmed by the sheer volume of noise and all the lights and everything like that,
Sounds like you know quite a bit about Chuck E. Cheese. Like maybe you've been there before?
Oh, for Christ's sake. Yeah.
I mean, the kids run around. They have a good time. It wasn't too crowded. I got to focus my attention on the Juice and the Chi-Chi and then her friends. And I don't know. I just played good dad all night. But I suppose since you don't have kids, that's why you don't like it. So I could see that.
Well, the thing of it is, I don't really like crowds. I don't mind parties as long as they're private. You keep it to the crew and maybe a couple of wenches, and then you go to your private chambers with the wench of your choice, and the boys go do their thing, and I do my thing.
What's your thing?
Isn't it obvious? Anal,
Gross.
Backdoor shenanigans, it's kind of how I roll. Anyways.
Hang on a second. So does that make you a butt pirate?
Okay, smartass. I'm sick of your labels. Does that make me a butt pirate? No, it doesn't make me a butt pirate. It's not a very PC thing to say. we prefer the term backdoor buccaneer. All right? So there. I like to fuck butts. Get over it. Can I finish my fucking story now? What I was saying. What was I saying?
Wenches? Butt sex?
Oh, right. So we all take our turns with the wenches, and then the next morning we get together over breakfast and we compare notes. And we find out most of the time that they all had a good time, and I got about halfway through pooning whoever I had selected to keep me company that evening, and then I passed out.
What?
Kind of a problem. I'm a big drinker, and, you would think that eventually, with practice, you'd build up a tolerance to this stuff and you'd be able to overcome whiskey dick, but it's still something that I'm dealing with. And,
Well, maybe take a break from drinking then.
well, what can I say? I usually finish not first, but actually afterwards when I'm by myself in the morning and there's regret and remorse about failing another woman's expectations. And then I'm usually pulling my pud. So sometimes I cry when I masturbate. I use my tears for lubrication. It sounds kind of strange, but it feels sort of nice. The saltiness of the failure and all touching my ding dong. And, I might be a captain, but I'm still a man. I still have feelings. And failure resonates with me. So I take it to heart. And, I don't let it completely demolish my psyche. But I say, you know what, Brownbeard? You tried. You tried, and that's all you could do.
Well, that's a very healthy attitude to have. Good for you.
Here's the last thing I'll say about the whole Chuck E. Cheese thing. Think about who generally is employed there.
Well, usually it's a bunch of teenagers, typically.
Exactly. Nothing but teenagers. And you were a teenager once, and I was a teenager once. And teenagers love to get into all sort of hijinks. And you know what else they are?
Out of their mind with horniness, I guess? Maybe? Is that what you're going for?
They are a rage of hormones. So all it's going to take is one kid working in the kitchen who gets a little hot and bothered, and your food's going to come with a little extra something on top, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, well, there's a lovely image. They're fucking with my food in that scenario.
Yeah, right. Well, you think of that next time that you go and order the whole 2 for $22 on a Tuesday special for your little princesses, all right? Because there could be some dirtball little son of a bitch kid sitting in the back room there where nobody's looking, and all he's thinking is, oh, yeah, last night the way my girlfriend touched me is so hot.
Yeah, giggity.
Oh, I'm about to fire me cannon. Oh, I gotta blast it somewhere. Where am I gonna put it? And the only thing that's gonna be there for him to finish this little personal sexual expedition, if you know what I'm saying, is gonna be your food. All right?
Ew!
So keep that in mind.
Well, thank you for that colorful imagery, Captain.
Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid. Who wants more cheese on their pizza?
You're listening to Blumpkin&Friends.
And now, story time.
With Brownbeard.
Proceed, sir.
Okay, so, story time. Yeah, fucking great. Terrific. At one point in the summer of 2012, we weren't doing so good financially. So with a lack of food, we decided we should let the sea provide for us. So I told Skittles, the retarded one, the young boy,
Go on.
that I wanted him to try catching a pygmy sperm. So we'd have food. Now, keep in mind that that's a whale. That is a whale. It's a type of whale, a pygmy sperm.
Pygmy sperm.
All right, so stop chuckling, fuckface. I know you're cracking a stupid smile, but let me finish the story.
Sorry, I guess I've just never heard that term before. I've heard sperm whale, and I've heard pygmy, but I've never heard them together like pygmy sperm. Anyway.
I told him to go down to the galley, grab a bucket of chum, and go bait the cocksucker.
Okay.
Well, the lad has terrible earwax issues, so he misheard me say chum.
Yeah.
So around dawn, he just grabbed a bucket, walks up to the rear rail, and spends 3 hours impregnating the sea. So Kickstand had to put him on light duty for a week due to dehydration.
I had that when I was a baby. I had to go to the hospital. That shit is serious. It's no joke.
Yeah, fucking idiot. I say chum, he hears come, and there he is jacking off over the edge of the boat, just, hoping to attract a whale with his jism.
Huh.
Like I've said before, the boy, none too bright.
Well, that's typical Skittles. Sounds
I suppose I
sexy.
should take a
Meaning
second to
what?
actually explain who the guy is, right? Because, I mean, you know, and I know, but your listeners might like to hear more about the crew of the ship, perhaps. Let's start with Skittles, all right? We found him as a child. He's a teenager now, but we found him as a child, abandoned, with a note pinned to his chest saying, "Please care for this retarded child." And I thought, that's hilariously unfortunate. But, you know, I've got a heart of gold, so I say we could probably put the little shit to work. So we did. He's our janitor. He swabs the deck. He folds the laundry. He cleans up in the kitchen some. He helps out, you know. So, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so the reason that we call him Skittles, that's not his name. We actually don't know his name because he doesn't talk too much.
This is true.
Weeks after we found him, he just kept repeating the word Skittles when you talk to him.
Okay, yeah.
Here's why, I come to find out. The boy has an affinity for the very tasty rainbow-colored candies. And you can get him to do just about anything for some Skittles.
That is what I hear.
I mean, fucking anything. We once got him to put a live baby squid down his pants. And we watched him hop and skip and squirm about the deck, and we damn near shit our pants laughing because, I mean, he thought that he was, you know, going to get some candy. We didn't actually have any to give him. So took a little while to earn back his confidence after that. But, you know, we had a good laugh at his expense. But anyway, the boy loves Skittles. It's his favorite thing to eat. I mean, he'll eat other food, but like any child, because mentally he's still a child, you know. Keep in mind he was abandoned. He was orphaned. He's a little slow. And, well, his favorite thing is candy, so Skittles. And that's how we get him to do stuff. And that's why I call him that. Now, the boys, they tease him incessantly. And I don't know if it's because they like to pick upon him because he's weaker or because I openly encourage it.
You encourage it.
Well, yeah, I mean, what's the point of having a retarded guy on board if you're not going to fuck with him constantly? I mean, I've heard stories about you fucking with that mentally retarded janitor that you had in junior high, and that time that you shut the lights off on him when he was pooping in the bathroom stall, and he kept screaming at you like, "Oh, turn it back on, motherfucker," or whatever he said. I don't know. It's something like that. Brett was his name. Fucking retarded guy.
Well, you got me dead to rights there. We did used to fuck with Brett incessantly.
So Skittles and Brett, they're kind of akin, except for that, you know, Skittles likes candy, and Brett liked to take off his pants and sit on the floor of the bathroom and yank on himself a bit.
Allegedly.
But he's dead because he died of cancer, so maybe let's not talk shit about Brett and continue to discuss Skittles a bit more.
You go right ahead, guy who just randomly grew a conscience.
One thing that is funny to watch with this boy, because he's completely uninitiated with the ladies, is when we go anywhere, especially Tortuga, when we get the wenches and we get him a drink or two. He gets kind of silly and sloppy.
Yeah.
He tries to talk, but it's mumbly and slurred. So, I mean, the women, they think he's adorable. He's got this cute little baby face. He's pretty well built because, you know, I mean, he doesn't eat a lot and he works out all the time. So just like Jillian Michaels says, eat less, move around more, and you'll get your ideal gym body. That's the deal with Skittles. He's pretty fucking ripped. He's kind of like a young Patrick Swayze, I guess you could say, a la Dirty Dancing.
I guess I see him as being more built like Kevin Bacon in Footloose, but whatever.
He's in excellent condition, he is. So we sit down, we give him a few shots of rum, and he sits around and he tries to woo the ladies. And it's kind of like when, you know, if you take a puppy or a young child with you anywhere these days and you're like a single father, women will flock to that puppy and, "Oh, he's so cute. I want to pet your puppy." "I bet you do, bitch. I got something else you can pet. It's my one-eyed snake. Look out, it might spray you in the eye." Or you bring your kids. Now, I know that you like to use the juice as a wingman.
Well,
Kind of. You do it to get other people's attention, to break the ice for conversation, to get material for the show. And I got to say, kind of a shady tactic. Understandable, though. And I commend you for doing it, because what's the point of doing this if you can't be kind of a bastard, you know?
well, I'm only acknowledging it because you said that I use it to get material for the show, which is true. I am, in fact, not doing it to get pussy.
If you say so. The women will never give Skittles any love, obviously, because who wants to be the wench who sleeps with a retarded person? Nobody. Because then you're going to get some weird reputation for taking advantage of feeble-minded fellas. And then you're going to be the designated retards whore. And nobody wants to do that. By the way, there are multiple retards out at sea. I have met them. They're on different crews. And, well, let's just say that Skittles is probably top rung of the ladder as far as the retards go for retard pirates. And what I mean by that is the kid he's not the brightest bulb, but he's very useful. He's like a Swiss Army knife of a boy that can do just about anything if you just draw him some pictures and kind of show him. He's a real visual learner. He might have Asperger's syndrome. I'm not sure. But anyway, he never really strikes the ladies' fancy too much. So he just kind of sits around and he gets them warmed up for us. And then we go in for the easy pickings and the boys get what they need. And I try to get what I need. And then I get slapped in the face because I fall asleep again. Or I wake up the next morning soiled in my own filth. And as I've said many times, I kind of have a problem with shitting myself. Been at sea for a long time. I've done some things that I'm not too proud of to get by. Because as Randy on Trailer Park Boys says, a man's gotta eat.
And you called me a bastard.
So yeah, weak beehole, shit my pants, retarded guy named Skittles. He's a janitor. Sometimes he's frustrating to deal with due to the lack of refined communication skills. But, he's like the son I never had or wanted.
Aw, bitch.
But, I'm preaching to the choir here because look at you, Mr. Slips one past the goalie on more than one occasion. Yeah, fuck yourself, dummy.
Well, now you hang on, because that's not entirely just my fault.
The beast
is also to blame, and it takes two to tango. So there.
Well, I don't know if anybody ever told you this, but they have this thing. It's called pulling out. Yeah, it doesn't feel as nice, but it's a lot cheaper in the long run, So, I don't know. Maybe give it a whirl sometime there, fuckface.
Well, a large part of the second time that I made an oops baby with
the beast
had a great deal to do with the fact that her math was off with her period for when I was okay to come in her and get away with it. And who wears a condom when they're in a committed relationship? Dummies, because vaginas feel awesome.
Well, I suppose I'll give you that. I mean, it is true. Vaginas do feel very nice once you get inside their warm, roast, beefy, moist, felt little opening, and then it's, oh, God. We probably shouldn't talk about this. I've got to be out at sea for like another 2 weeks here before we're done with this little mission we're on, and it's going to be me and nothing but guys. I don't even think we're going to get a chance to swing near any ports or any wenches. It's just us. So, I mean, I got about a fortnight's worth of me pulling my putt around. So maybe don't get me all hot under the collar talking about sniz, all right? If you could do that for me, it'd be fucking great. Thanks.
Sorry, I don't want to send you into a fervor thinking about buttholes. You're going to be out there with the crew, and heaven forbid you might have a little bit too much rum and get kind of rapey. Or at least try getting kind of rapey, because as you said yourself, you pass out or suffer from whiskey dick, and it seems like you never quite seal the deal, fucker.
Yeah, ha, dick.
Well,
I got 2 words for you, Kobe Bryant.
We still got to eat up some more time here. We're kind of short on this episode. So why don't you do me a favor and tell another story from the sea?
Oh, so talking about the whale wars with Skittles and the sea isn't enough? You want to know more? Okay. Story.
Doesn't have to be the best one, just something.
Okay, well, I'll tell you about another member of our crew. How about that?
Perfect. Let's do that.
Okay, here goes.
Fucking A.
Okay, so this story is about our old female former crew member, Tuna Melt. Keep in mind that I have said that she is both a huge bitch and a huge lesbian.
Expound on that, if you would, please.
What do you mean expound? She's a dyke. She likes pussy. She likes to scissor. Things like that. Jesus Christ, do I need to draw you a fucking roadmap? She is gay. Okay? Satisfied?
Right, got it. Lesbian pirate. Awesome.
So this one time, Tuna Melt got mad at the rest of the crew for giving her shit about this dress she wore to shore. Never wears dresses, this girl. Ever. So she wears this flowery sundress thing, and Gorgeous George, we call him Double G. He's a part of the rigging team on the crew. Anyways,
Okay, we've got a third member that you're mentioning now, Gorgeous George.
Okay, so Double G says she looks nice, dressed like a woman for a change. So she punched him in the liver and stormed off into the night.
Gotcha, bitch.
The rest of us, we weren't going to just let that spoil the mood. And we go off and we find a place, little watering hole to get shit-faced. While we're doing that, she sneaks back onto the ship, hides all the DVDs, save for one, a first-run copy of Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain.
I saw the first Three Ninjas, really liked it, but the one that you're talking about, I never saw.
Yeah, no one did. So anyways, it's that Three Ninjas sequel they did direct-to-DVD with Hulk Hogan in it. It's fucking terrible, but we don't have a lot of money.
Well, if that's all she left you with, I'd hate to see what other kind of crap you guys had laying around.
I had mentioned, she's a huge bitch, so she does this, doesn't say a word. We get back out to sea. We're running a shipment of black tea and spices to Port-au-Prince. No sooner does a case of cabin fever break out, and we realized what she'd done. So to get back at her, we all dropped oranges into tube socks and gave her a good beating. And by good beating, I mean we tried and she Muay Thai'd the living bejesus out of all of us. I bet you there wasn't a single man left on the crew that had all of his teeth by the time she was done. And that was the last time anybody ever made a wry comment about her manner of dress.
So it sounds like she's still around then, even though she readily abuses the shit out of everybody?
Oh, God, no. We got rid of that bitch a while ago. She just could not handle her rage of emotion. Every time she got her period, it was like everybody duck and hide in your bunk for 3 days because she's a nightmare and she's coming after you.
Well, that is a lovely story. Thank you for that, but guess what?
What?
It's time to play
Jesus Christ.
Who Karaoke Roulette.
Guess Who Karaoke Roulette.
Oh, goody. Guess Who Karaoke Roulette. My fucking favorite. Terrific.
It's a popular segment on the show, so you're doing it, so suck it up.
Yeah.
One famous person, there are 5 clues.
Yeah, you don't have to explain the rules. All right.
Rude.
Yeah. One famous person, 5 clues. I get 3 guesses to figure out who it is.
That is correct.
Odds are you're going to sing because you're a dummy and you like to
Probably, yeah.
stroke your own ego and listen to your own singing voice
Hey.
because you think it makes people find you entertaining or talented, which...
I have an angelic singing voice.
Oh, is that what you think, huh? I guess, if you want to go out on a limb. So without further ado, let's fucking do this thing. Just, for Christ's sakes, let's go.
Clue number 1. Be spectacled.
Oh, for Christ. Why don't you just say he wears glasses? Fancy. Oh, he's bespectacled. Oh, great. Anyway, just fucking... Clue number 2. Read the fucking thing. Go on.
Clue number 2. Tourist extraordinaire.
Okay. Go on.
Clue number 3. His exploits are displayed in books, on TV, and in video games.
Okay, so apparently this is some sort of character that's a part of multiple mediums for a franchise or something.
Perhaps.
I'm
I can't tell you. I'd give it away.
going to say Harry Potter.
Strike 1.
Fuck. Well, strike 1. There we go.
But I like the way you're thinking. That's a pretty good guess, but no, you're wrong.
Well, I guess keep going. Don't sit there and keep me in suspense, ass-face. Come on.
Clue number 4. Friends include aliens, pharaohs, Vikings, mermaids, and a wizard.
Okay, now this fucking sounds retarded. Really? Aliens and pharaohs and Vikings? I mean, I've met mermaids and a wizard before, but come on. Vikings.
Yeah.
Is this a sports figure? Is this something from a video game?
I already said that, didn't I? Yeah, listen.
Can I make another guess? Because I just want to get this over with. How about...
Go ahead.
Let me see. Aliens, pharaohs, Vikings.
Vikings.
Is it Cortez from Time Splitters? The Time Splitters video game series.
Strike 2.
God damn it. Oh, cry. Oh, great. Down to a single strike here. So, whatever. Clue number 5. Fucking read it, ass-face.
Clue number 5. Known for getting lost in a crowd.
What? Hang on. Read that shit again.
Clue number 5. Known for getting lost in a crowd.
Known for getting lost in a crowd.
That's what I said, Slapnuts.
Books, TV and video games.
Yeah.
And he's a tourist.
Yep.
And he hangs out with a lot of odd characters.
That is what I said.
And he wears spectacles.
Come on.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Strike 3.
Well, hang on. No, it wasn't my guess, you stupid asshole.
sorry.
God. Yeah, Jesus Christ. God. Okay, now, hang on a second. I'm going to think.
Don't hurt yourself.
You just entertain yourself here for a second.
Okay.
Known for getting lost in a crowd.
Known for getting lost in a crowd. I'm
Lost.
Longbeard. I'm a stupid asshole. Look at me. I'm a captain. Look at my sweet pirate coat.
You know, I'm gonna think it's. I'm gonna take a stab at it. I'm gonna guess John Lennon from the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Band era of the Beatles.
Strike 3.
Son of a bitch! Well, don't keep me in suspense. Who was the mystery person?
It was Waldo from the beloved children's book series Where's Waldo?
Well, now, how the hell am I gonna know that kids' book series? I read a lot of kids' books. Or any books at all. That is bullshit. Great, now I gotta sing.
Yes, you do.
Fuck you. Fuck you so hard for making me do this.
You're the one that lost.
So what song do you want me to sing, Reverend Cocksucker? God damn it all to hell.
How about No Rain by Blind Melon?
Oh, actually, I don't mind that. I actually know that song.
No shit, huh?
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that.
Well, we don't have money for satellite radio, so we got a lot of CDs, but the CDs we buy, we get secondhand, and they're usually, ones nobody wants anymore, so they're like 50 cents. I like to go garage sailing for these. So yeah, Blind Melon, No Rain, I totally know that song.
So sing it. Let's do this.
And I guess if at any point you feel the need to join in, do so. All right?
But this is your time to shine on the microphone.
No, really, fucking join in. Don't be a cunt. Let's make it fun here for the unfortunate sons of bitches that have to listen to your stupid voice. All right?
What?
An honor for them to hear me. You give it away for free.
Well, I'm the host.
Oh, that rhymed. What an alliteration. Anyways. Okay.
You can't just hum it. You gotta fucking sing the words. I thought you said you knew the words to the song.
I'm good at singing. I'm just fucking getting the melody in my head. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, sorry. Gee.
All right. Okay. Here we go.
Here we go.
Captain Brownbeard singing No Rain by Blind Melon.
By Blind Melon. Ready, go.
All I can say is that my life is pretty plain. I like watching the puddles gather rain. Doing pretty good. So.
Yeah.
And all I can do is just pour some tea for two. Fuck tea, it's supposed to speak my point of view, but it's not sane.
Good job.
It's not sane. I just want someone to say to me, I'll always be there when you wake. I like to keep my cheeks dry today. Yeah. So stay with me and I'll have it made. Should I keep going?
Yeah, fucking keep going.
And I don't understand why I sleep all day. And I start to complain that there's no rain. Buddy, shut the fuck up. There, I got to say it. I got to hear him through the phone, and I got to say it. So, how about that?
Well, you didn't get the last time, but keep singing. Come on.
Where was I? And all I can do is read a book to stay awake. And it rips my life away, but it's a great escape. Escape. Buddy, shut the fuck up. Escape. One more time. Buddy, fuck up. Escape.
Is that it?
I just want someone to say to me, oh, 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 yeah, I'll always be there when you wake. Yeah, I really like to keep my cheeks dry today. Yeah, so stay with me and I'll have it made. Yeah, that's all you're getting. That's the end.
What?
No more singing.
Good job.
Do the end of the show.
Job.
Just, all right, let's talk us out.
No, that was fucking lovely. Good for you. Good for you. I'm glad we got to do a duet also.
Yeah, eat shit.
Interact with the show on Twitter at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/Blumpkin&Friends. I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
And I'm Captain Brownbeard of the SS Reach Around.
Good night.
Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid. Who wants more cheese on their pizza?